Hello everyone, this is Scroll Sentry. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Champions Online. I have decided, after thinking a bit, I might have a way I can spruce up this costume just a little bit before I get going on anything else. I will warn you, whenever you're trying to change the costume at the normal places like this, it tends to lag a lot more. I mean, just look at how long it's taking to even load it up. You can actually have multiple costumes, like you can see I've already got 3 slots here. I'm just going to edit the current costume. I had 2 changes to make, which aren't much. One is I actually made a mistake on the shoulder piece. Alright, shoulders. See, it's my left, so it's his right. Come on. There we go. No, I'm looking for the white half. I'm sorry. Go figure. Alright, so it says Psy Neophyte. And if I can get back to where it was. Come on. Maybe it's it. Here we go. So it says Psy Neophyte, but I actually had wanted Psy Agent before. So it's just a bigger version of it, that's all. Anyways, not a big deal. And then the belt. I decided the way to keep the belt more balanced and from distracting it is that while I've got, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of the cape on the white over there on the black side. Kind of annoying actually, but I thought I could balance it out with a black belt. And I had an idea for one that I particularly like. See, I have to find the darn thing, that's the catch. Inflatable ring? I don't remember that one. Oh, here we go, insignia belt. Now the catch is, there's a way to get around having an insignia on it. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead, even though it's really not going to make an impact, and do the dual mask for that. Which, again, is the one that I got in my entry. But instead of actually having it show up, I'm going to change the coloration so that's all one color. Here we go. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Let's just get a bit of a different look. Not quite what I was thinking it would turn out to be. So canisters already looked at. Chains. Come on, stop lagging. That's what I don't like about this, is that it really does tend to lag a lot. And there's not much you can do about it. Ammo belt, 90s rounds. Yeah, they have a lot of options. Ancient's not bad, actually. Let me check on that. I think it'll fit the style a little bit, just because it's a little bit more of a sharp look to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that. So, yeah. Come on, stop doing that. It's lagging again because it just... this is one of those problems that the game has, and nothing I can do about it. Anyways, it's like 9 of this local resource, which is basically the lowest grade. They color-coded it to be similar to other games like bronze, silver, gold, platinum type thing. But for the most part, they have different names for the money. So, I think under C, I can open up and see what I have. Let me see. Nope. Inventory, maybe. Yeah, here we go. 17 local, 37 national. That's kind of how they do it. Anyways, so that covers the tailor. So we go ahead and zip on over here. So much faster when you got a travel power. And you got a few people. This is actually the less populated zone at the moment. It's just one of those days that there's going to be a lot more people. The other one has 97 people in it.
Good to see you. Trouble is brewing in West Side, and we could use your help.
Alright, before I continue, I just realized something I meant to do. I'm not sure how the, yeah, here we go, voice volume is not up all the way. That was the problem. And then overall volume I'm going to turn up ever so slightly, because I noticed I couldn't hear it very well. That's the kind of stuff I got to do, is got to figure it out. Let's see. Zyragos. We've called in important allies to help combat the spike in villainous activity. One of those allies is a man called the Drifter. Another is you. The Drifter is helping us manage threats to the city and coordinate appropriate responses. I told him all about you. I hope we can count on your help in these dangerous times. And the other one. There are disturbing reports coming out of Westside about a major increase in gang activity. I would like you to spearhead an investigation of these reports. Head to the 8th Precinct in Westside. It's just west of my position here, and just below the dividing wall along the waterfront. Talk to Kodiak. He's an FBI agent working with the MCPD Gang Task Force. He can brief you on the situation and get your investigation started. You'll probably find him near that monster truck he's so proud of. Due to the urgency of the situation, you may use one of the teleporter pads here to reach him quickly. There is no teleporter pad, but they have a different way of doing it. Anyways, go over to Drifter, talk to him real quick. Zyrogos, word is you're one of the better heroes in this city. At least that's what Defender says. Glad to have you on board. You might have noticed the increase in villain activity. The champions have. They called in some favors, and, well, here we both are. Ready to fight? That's it. Nothing important he has. It's... if you get into what the heck? Okay, that is disgusting and hideous, but I suppose that's why people are making that weird person over there. This guy used to have a quest. I don't think he does now. Anyways, oh, here we go. They did make an actual teleporter now. Teleport to Kodiak. Kaboom. They always have a little bit of something on these load screens. Yeah, monster truck. And Kodiak's got some sort of mutation or something. Pleased to meet you. Things are heating up in Westside. We need all the help we can get. Don't let the fancy veneer fool you. Mill City will grind you up and spit you out like yesterday's news if you ain't careful. These Purple Gang mooks are getting out of hand. They know my guys are stretched thin and they're getting bolder because of this crazy plan they're cooking up, whatever it is. Brute force is the only way to get the message across to these guys. I'd like you to rough up a few Purple Gang members here, anywhere here in Westside. They'll pull back off for a bit and give us some breathing room to figure out what's going on. And the other one. Purple Gang are roughing up the local restaurant owners and their employees. We think they're running a racketeering scheme on these folks. No one's called in to stop it. They're too scared to speak up. Westside was hit hard in the invasion. We don't need these Purple Gang mooks adding to the troubles of the business owners and employees. If you see anyone being roughed up for money, I want you to put a stop to it. Alright, let's go ahead and get going. Should be simple enough. Turn on my auto attack. Zip on over. I recommend going straight for the restaurant, guys, because you'll actually get a lot of your necessary defeats from this right here. Because you need to defeat 12 Purple Gang guys and save 3 restaurant owners. Well, that's half done just by doing this part. There we go. He's down and out. Whoops. Accidentally fired a shot early. Just tapped the button instead of held it down. I'm going to go ahead and see about blasting the cleaner guy out of the way first, because he's just faster to take down. Not that I'm really going to have to worry about. Oh, I tend to zoom out a lot. That's another thing I do. I'm already down to half health, so I should probably be basically waiting. You'll notice these guys are taking a lot more hits than they did in tutorial. That's supposed to be that way. Yeah, I got a nice little item piece. Well, I don't have anything in that slot, so there's no point not using it. Alright, so I'm going to give it a sec to get my health back up. Yeah, I got these citizens running around screaming. Standard fare. I think I'm going to end up taking that shotgun blast. You have to be careful about actually taking a hit. A lot of times it's better to lose a charge up and block. But I know the shotgun blast doesn't do a lot of damage, and as you see, it didn't even knock me back that time, because it's random. Right now, another little tip, not only is teleportation fast, it's actually technically stealth. So enemies cannot see you until you're pretty much on top of them, because you've teleported right next to them. It's a nice little benefit. Yeah. Now, if you walk up to one of those boxes, that glowing thing like you saw, it'll pick it up automatically. That's a lockbox. You're going to have to pay $1 to open it. Or if you don't, you can buy a key from someone else for a stupid amount of price, and they've paid $1 to the company either way. It's gambling. Legalized gambling. Online. And it's bull. But it's extremely commonplace, and lots of people think it's a great idea because it makes money. Well, it does. It makes a lot of money. I still disagree with it. I think it's wrecking a lot of things, but that's me. Alright, here we go. Got to Kodiak. Thanks for the assist. My guys are already reporting the Purple Gang has backed off a bit more. So that's one of them done, and then the other one. Good, those Purple Gang guys have backed off. Inspired by the way you handled those thugs, the restaurant owners have even come forward with some information. They've given us the location of a drop point where they're supposed to leave their protection money. Alright, so here you actually have to choose one of these. Now, MCPD recognition is not really going to be useful to me, but it can be if none of these others are useful. Otherwise, secondary accessory box will get you something that's less quality, but a little bit random, might actually be good. These you at least know what you're getting. Now, I have intelligence, ego, presence. So, presence isn't on any of these, but intelligence and ego is useful, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the diplomatic bracer. And a slotted upgrade? How's that a slotted upgrade? Maybe they changed it. Thick as thieves. Excellent work. It sounds as if the Purple Gang is using this sewer as the access point for their operations. Since it's hidden, it's probably something they don't want crime fighters to see. Which means we're going to go look, of course. Explore the gang's route through the sewer. I'll get on the horn with Defender and give him coordinates so you can try to meet up with him. If you locate the gang's operation, signal him. While you go in and handle things underground, I'll be keeping an eye on the surface. Between the three of us, we should be able to catch them red-handed. And last one, why did it have to be purple? The new Purple Gang is one of the groups trying to take over Westside. Normally they ain't a problem, but since the QLR invasion, the MCPD has had a rough time keeping track of everything as well as we'd like. We think Poe's gang is using the local warehouse to plan the next heist. If you could go in and break up whatever little party they have going on in there, and find out what they're up to next, I'd be real appreciative. Alright, so just a little bit of a tip. Poe's their leader, Kevin Poe. He's a supervillain. And basically, the Purple Gang is the new Purple Gang, is what they call it, because there was a Purple Gang in real life, way back when they had all the nasty, gangs and prohibition type garbage that happened that just like caused all kinds of chaos and all that. And the Purple Gang was a particularly nasty one. One of the things is like if you didn't pay your money or whatever, one of the things they do to people is they throw acid in their faces. They were really, really nasty. So this, of course, is the new Purple Gang based off of that. So their theme is the old gangster style. Each one of the gangs in the city has a different theme, and only one of them is semi-normal, as you'll see. But anyways, looks like I've leveled up. So go ahead and grab that real quick. I can purchase some ranks and advantages. So this is where you can look in and you can purchase, for example, if I were to rank up Shadow Bolt to do a little bit more damage, in this case it would also increase how much energy it brings back, so I could restore my energy faster. Since I really don't have a need for that, it's not going to do much. As an alternate one, I can spend a couple points and get this, where it reduces the target's dodge chance, and now it has, instead of just the first attack having a chance of applying fear, now all of them do, so it's more likely to apply a fear effect. That could be useful for someone who's really working on this, but I'm not really doing that. Note you can only spend up to 5 points in any specific area, and since most of these enhancements cost 2 points, generally you can only get 2 of them. Accelerated metabolism is almost worthless. 20% chance to get 10 energy. I have 102 energy and I've just started the game. Nah, it really isn't much, and it can only occur once every 15 seconds too, so it's just not worth it in my opinion. Most people tend to agree with that. So there's a lot of these. A breakthrough's a new one. Oh, it helps if they're like blocking or something. Anyway, Psychotic Break's an interesting one. Full charge versus fear targets push them full on psychosis, stunning the target and dealing additional dimensional damage over time. It stuns them for 3.1 seconds, which a stun and a paralysis are two different things. Paralysis they can be broken out of by taking damage. It basically speed up how fast they break out. And whereas a stun is unable to be broken out early, but it's much shorter duration. And I'm going to actually be switching over modes real quick here. So I'm going to go ahead and go into here and go to builds. I'm in hybrid, but I'm actually going to be using support more often than not. Now, I want you to get an idea of what this does here. So, because I'm in support, it went from 3.1 to 3.8 already, just there. Each one of them has certain benefits. So, like, if we look at this, what it says, so the healing is at 125%, so 25%, is 100% is base. Base equilibrium, your equilibrium is basically where your energy goes up to. If it's below it, it'll raise up pretty quickly. If it's above it, it'll drop fairly quickly, but not as quickly. Energy recovery is 200%, so basically it goes up twice as fast. Decay is down to half. So energy decay is, I got tons of energy in support roll. Crowd control strength has a 25% boost. Threat, 10% deduction, so unless you're trying to tank, that's actually a benefit. It'll reduce your likelihood of being attacked. Maximum health, however, is down 10%, and your damage is down 10%. So it's kind of a trade-off. Really good for support, and you don't have to be attacking people with your energy builders in order to be able to get your energy up because of the whole, massive boost, all around there. And that's what the whole point of it is. Anyways, so continuing on, there's a lot of different ways you can go. Compassion can be ranked up. If it ranks up, basically, you have a number of stacks of compassion equal to your rank to start with. You can have up to, I think it's 8 stacks for any form, except for a couple exceptions. Compassion stacks to be 8 times. I think before I said it was based off of presence and recovery. I think it's actually presence and intelligence, but maybe it'll say. Well, presence or recovery. No, I was right the first time, whichever is higher. Increases your healing by 15%, and plus 15% shield strength, which is basically, it's like a temporary health, and your damage by, half that, basically. Whereas, you could have this more like 15% damage boost if you went for concentration. And whenever you gain a stack, you get some energy. Well, I'm not healing anything right now, but I will. It's just one of those fun things. Whenever you heal an ally, including yourself, you get an additional stack of compassion. Now, I don't really yet have the ability that's going to let me do a lot, but I do like to have that up there a bit. In addition, there's some other things to consider. I might take Psychotic Break at some point, just not right now, because it's not going to be as beneficial as it would be to get this up. And even though I can rank it up fairly quickly, I'd like to have its baseline up higher, and that's pretty much what we're doing, so that it's got a better benefit right off the bat. That being said, you can also change your colors of your powers. I think I'm going to go with reds to match the little aura, see what happens. And that being said, before we continue, and I knew it would take a bit to go to the next mission. Oh, I'm going to ignore this one. It says fusion powered modifications. That is because I got something that's supposed to be slotted. It looks like it is. It's not quite what I meant to get. Okay, I'm going to toss the Mayhem box. I have no use for it. I'm going to end up selling the QLR Hive Seed, but this thing, I think it's control right click? Yep, it is. Instead of selling the Veteran's Core of Might, which is still a decent starter, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in here. I'll give plus 9.3 to my secondary stats. Well, since I don't have any, it doesn't do anything, but it'll do something and it'll make this power just last a little longer. So the other one I got will just have to be removed, but it wasn't as good because I didn't actually have any super sets I liked off of it, whereas now I've got 2. There's these guys over here. Get over here quicker. The collections officer, these are one of the guys you can sell to. Now, if you go to buy, you can refill your stars. You have these little stars on your character, and basically you get, I think it's a little tiny bit, like 3% bonus to damage and healing per star, and you can lose them by dying, and then they get them back by earning experience or spending a bit of money on a star refill. But you can also sell stuff here, and that's what I usually use it for. It's not a lot, but I'm not really doing a whole lot. You can have a buyback if you really need it. So, nothing big. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video here. Looks like that went longer explanation than I thought, and I'll see you in the next video.